Welcome to Ask the Good Doctor. I'm Dr. LaJoyce Brookshire on SiriusXM, Urban View, Channel 126, where talk empowers and becomes action. And here we are, as promised. Today is the last Ask the Good Doctor that you will hear on SiriusXM, Urban View, Channel 126. And boy, has it been an awesome 4 years with you. Well, today is no different about the content that you will be receiving because I am here to help you attain, maintain, and reclaim your perfect health. And I have an awesome lineup of guests with you today. So, for the last time, grab your Good Doctor notebooks. You are not going to want to miss a moment of it. Join us on Twitter at Ask the Good Doc, on Instagram and Facebook at Ask the Good Doctor. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel, because you are going to want to keep up with all of the things that are going on regarding your perfect health. Joining us today are three people whom I count as experts in their fields, and they are going to share with you some amazing things to help keep you well. And we have Dr. Michael Vincent, who is a chiropractor and a wellness doctor. We've also got Dr. Sherilyn Lee, who is a wellness doctor and a naturopath and a registered nurse, and she is located in California. And the creator of the G95 gear with everything to keep you safe during this season is Carlton Solle. So, oh yes, grab your pen and that Good Doctor notebook. Let's go. A couple of announcements first. The Wellness Warriors Weekend Getaway in Vermont is in fact happening in June in smaller numbers, and we are going to attend to you in individualized clinics. You will be one-on-one with the practitioners. You have two choices for 2 weekends this year, since we have to meet in smaller numbers, which is okay by me. So you can choose from June 10th or June 16th, the weekend of your choice. If you'd like to be there, send me an email at drbrookshire@outlook.com. That's drbrookshire@outlook.com. And secondly, on Wednesday, November 4th, you can catch up with Ask the Good Doctor on Jam Network TV, a new Black streaming platform that I am proud to be associated with, and their daytime lineup. I'll be on Wellness Wednesday at 12 noon, as well as Saturdays at 12 noon. So catch up with me there starting this Wednesday. You can download the app onto your devices, or you can catch up with it on Amazon Prime, not Prime, Amazon, Fire Stick, Roku. Yeah, those streaming platforms and lots of other places. You can see Ask the Good Doctor there, and you know you can see me anytime on my YouTube channel. All right. I am so excited to introduce this gentleman to you today. He is someone whom I count as one of my most cherished teachers. I have learned so many things from him. Dr. Michael Vincent, welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Brookshire.
Thank you so much for being with us. It took a lot for us to make this happen today, but we're here. And I am just so excited about what you are going to be sharing with the audience, some newfound information. Basically, it's a critical alert on what we need to do to be mindful of regarding the coronavirus and Black Americans and our levels of vitamin D. So tell us all about it.
Hey, Dr. Brookshire, this virus happened in 2020, and 2020 means perfect vision. We can look clearly at what's in front of us. And Dr. Brookshire, when I lost my first cousin to this virus, I lost two neighbors to this virus. And on May 16th, I did a phone call with my best friend who manages a nursing home, telling me that I do not want to die. And she had the virus. I said, this is something new.
Yeah.
I knew no one who died or had Ebola virus or cholera. It's something new. And then I began to realize in Detroit, I had a friend from Detroit from a step dance group. She lost 20 of her Black players to this virus.
20?
stepdads lost 20 of our members to this virus.
Oh my
Black folks.
goodness. Oh my
I
goodness.
said, we are not dying off like nothing, no other race. Now, you begin to realize that there's something different is going on that they're missing.
Yeah.
They're not doing something. And finally, I realized that in my practice, I taught black folks about vitamin D. When you go to the hospital, they take your blood. If your levels are 50 to 60, you're fine. You're fine. It shows up normal.
Mm-hmm.
If you're African descent, that is low. Black folks need 80 or 90 vitamin D levels. Low. I said, you can study the research study of the Indian doctor that they did the research. White folks needed 300 to 400 units. We needed 300 units, doctor, to get normal. We're different. Now, you have preconditions that's causing these deaths, like hypertension, that's caused by low vitamin D levels.
Mm-hmm.
Heart disease, low vitamin D levels. Diabetes, low vitamin D levels. Fibroid tumors, low D levels. Polar prostate, low D levels. Alzheimer's, dementia, and hair loss.
Wow, even hair loss.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to realize that we're dying in large numbers. We have 100 African Americans and British in a hospital here, a small city of 100. A small city. So now we're beginning to realize the value of vitamin D.
Okay.
I start asking people if they're taking vitamin D. Well, I take it every Sunday. Well, they told me I take 5,000 units a day. I said, so what are you taking it with? Well, by itself.
Oh.
The vitamin D cannot be absorbed without K2. Without K2.
Yep.
Without K2, and actually you would need calcium in the gut too. And so when I started to research, and I know it's not a protocol, but research with my family and what it takes.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? You said your research shows what?
I started to research, trying to find the best food source out there, nutritionals out there that we can take. Dr. Butcher, I know for a fact that sooner or later will hit my family.
Yeah.
We have at least 80 victims here at Flint, and 40 come out of the house each week. 40.
Wow.
Not one with a mask on.
Oh.
It would be diagnosed in about 2 or 3 hours. No mask. And I have a niece that lives with me with cerebral palsy in a wheelchair.
Oh my gosh.
He said, Uncle Michael, we got to wear a mask. He tells me that. And I used to go hug her and touch it all, but I don't. I said, keep away 6 feet. This is the thing here. So I've been searching for something that I can give my family just in case.
Yes.
And then I found something called Renew. I know that certain guy, like, for the radio station, Renew, that is a food source.
Yes.
It's 2,000 IU units. It has the calcium. It has the vitamin K2. And it's absorbed 97%.
Wow. Okay, can we pause right here for a minute and talk about the absorption of vitamin D and why that's so important?
I have people taking 5,000 IU of vitamin D for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
5,000, 2,000 is the normal dosage, okay? Well, really, 1,500 to 2,000 is the normal dosage. 5,000, 3 times, over 3 times the normal dosage. And her level is 50. She said, I'm normal. I said, no, you're not. You black like me. He's 80 or 90, 50 for white folks. I said, at 50, well, coronavirus will get you death. I talked to a rest of this year, friend of mine. Yeah. So you take a vitamin D, so you get 10% of it in your body.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the thing, doctor, one thing I teach my people, form equals foundation.
Yes.
Form equals foundation. The quality of the product equals foundation. Foundation. And no one hear my voice or your voice, Dr. Brookshire, should go to any bookstore and buy vitamin D by itself or calcium by itself.
Okay.
There's nowhere in nature there's a Lord make anything by itself.
Okay.
It all comes with its coupling, what's needed. So now, just imagine this research, Dr. Brookshire, that I want to give people. I have a special website. I want to send them YouTube videos to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give it out.
Actually, if we what they can do is, if they want it, they can contact me, and I'll be glad to send it to them.
Fantastic.
That's the way we'll do that.
It was a thing, Dr. Brookshire. Videos on cytokine storms. A cytokine storm, doctor. And I'm going to be honest, I never heard of a cytokine, Dr. Brookshire. Never heard of it. I've heard of T cells, B cells, never heard of it. It's a real cell.
Yeah.
When you breathe in a coronavirus, it goes into the nostrils.
Yeah.
It goes into the lungs.
Yes.
In the lungs, something called alveolar sacs.
That's
These
right.
are airbags, and when you breathe in, they expand to break it oxygen, and then they can track to let out the CO2 to the body. So when you get the virus in that alveoli, it flames.
Okay.
The information sets off a immune response in the body.
That's it.
Healthy, the brain code, go fight it, go kill it. And they send out these microphages, B cells, T cells, and the cytokines to that alveolar sac. Only problem, too many cytokines come, and it causes an autoimmune disease. It's a method. Coronavirus becomes an autoimmune disease.
Wow, that's a revelation, but I see that, especially when combined with all of that inflammation.
An autoimmune disease, and then it attacks the lungs, the heart, the whole body. The whole
Wow.
body. Guess what? In the vitamin D, it's called Renew. The vitamin D called Renew should stop that in its tracks.
Okay.
In its tracks. So, Doctor, I'm concerned about our people not paying attention. I'm concerned about me going into the neighborhood, people not wearing masks or social distancing. I'm concerned that there's a lot of people to the virus, and I'm concerned that it's going to be here for some time.
Let me ask you, I agree with you. Let me ask you this. What is your prediction of what will occur when the flu and COVID collide?
Oh my goodness. Thousands more, because why? You lose about 20,000, 30,000 people to the flu already.
That's right.
Put two things together, you have a weakened system, a weakened immune system multiplies. Especially if you got low vitamin D.
Yeah.
Guess what? Look at research, low vitamin D. Now, the leading cause of deaths of Black women are heart attacks and strokes. Mm-hmm. Guess what the main causes of that? Low vitamin D.
How about that? Let me ask you this, Dr. Vincent, how did we become a society, period, that are so low in vitamin D? And I'm just talking about Americans at large, everyone. How is it possible that everyone is low in vitamin D these days?
Vitamin D, Caucasians get it from the sun. Mm-hmm. It gets in the skin from the sun. But Black folks, we have melanin that blocks it. Mm-hmm. So we're in our homes, we're in our jobs, we don't get the sun. The sun, if we're in the sun, we have vitamin D in our bodies. But Black folks need to supplement. Especially if we live up north, the supplement. Ours are low. Yeah. And when you go to your doctor, ask him to take a vitamin D profile on you. If it's 50 or 60, it's because the chemistry profile will show a red if it's out of balance. And if it's not red, they don't bring it up. So if you're 50 or 60, it will show normal. And for white folks, 80 or 90 folks, 80 or 90, anybody hear my voice needs to increase their vitamin D to fight off this virus.
And so how many milligrams should we be taking per day?
2,000 IU units.
2,000. Okay.
I mean, 1,500 to 2,000 ICU units.
Okay.
And there's the thing here. Once you go start taking it, guess what, doctor? Research shows that people who are obese due to vitamin D deficiency. Wow. So now we have obesity, diabetes, hypertension, heart attack, stroke, cell loss, and Alzheimer's and dementia.
Okay.
Fibroid tumors, colon pocket, and ED, all linked to that deficiency.
Wow. That's amazing. And you know what else, Dr. Vincent? I also say, since I learned about Dirty Power from your pal, Mike Smith, you introduced me to Mike Smith with the Power Pendant. Since I learned about Dirty Power from him, I went on a really deep dive about what Dirty Power is, the EMFs, and fluorescent lights stealing our vitamin D, LED lights stealing our vitamin D, that those lights leach the vitamin D from the body. And you're right, sitting up under office lights. And the last thing and the worst thing we could possibly do is have LED lights and fluorescent lights in our homes, because while those lights are excellent for the environment, they are terrible for us because we have a society who are vitamin D deficient. And those are one of the two factors why as well.
And doctor, this year they start putting in 5G towers around the country.
Oh yeah.
I saw a video, I got a file to to you, where this person showed a tree.
Yes.
A tree, and the tree, and the side of the tree with the 5G next to it was dead.
That's right.
The other side still had the bark.
That's right.
5G. So now we have a lot of vibrations, negative vibrations hitting our body.
That's right.
And you add a virus to it, and add low body chemistry like vitamin D, and so you calcium, we're at a high risk.
Very much so.
Anybody on this that hear our voice, doctor, can hear me well. Everybody you know that look like you need vitamin D.
Okay.
Everybody. Vitamin D.
Okay.
If you ask Americans.
All right.
And don't go by, and this is the thing. I gotta be honest, when I found this vitamin D, it was $60 every system. And then I thought, what is my life worth? It's amazing. It's amazing that we spend $100, for a cell phone bill, or $1,000 for a pair of shoes, and this and that, but we won't put things in our body. What's our life worth?
That's right.
I can get 97% absorption rate. And if I can get the calcium with it and a K2, that's what happens over this year. I sent out a text yesterday. Had a text of one of my students that her sister is they call her a health freak. Every day, and she's takes vitamin K, vitamin D, about 5,000 units per day. She takes calcium.
Yes.
Never take it. She had a massive heart attack.
Oh my gosh.
She didn't die. Heart attack. I asked the team what happened. And however, this is the thing here. She had thinning of the bones. Take the calcium to make the bones stronger. The calcium. Yes. Calcium can only get into the bones with vitamin D in the gut, in the GI tract.
That's right.
The vitamin D tells the calcium go to the bones, but vitamin K2 takes it to the bones, doctor.
That's right. That's what I always say, is that vitamin D transports all of our nutrients. And without it, we're sunk. So your prescription for those who to prevent COVID is to uptake your vitamin D.
Yes, and I will get it in that Renew product, because why? It's a food source.
Yes, it is a food source. And that's what we are always preaching, is a food source. Dr. Vincent, you are a gift to this world. You have been a gift to me. Thank you for sharing this vital, life-saving information with our audience on this, our last program. And if you all would like to have the Renew product, just send me an email and I'll let you know how to get it. drbrookshire@outlook.com. God bless you, Dr. Vincent, and I'll see you again soon.
Bye now. Thank you, doctor.
Take care. Bye-bye. Don't go away. When we come back, more on Ask the Good Doctor after this. Welcome back to Ask the Good Doctor on SiriusXM Urban View Channel 126, where talk empowers and becomes action. And boy, I hope that you gleaned a lot from Dr. Michael Vincent's conversation about the importance of vitamin D. Now, I want to share with you the importance of a couple of herbs that have mighty power that can help you during this time as well. And you need to have these things in your arsenal. And the first one is turmeric. And as a naturopathic doctor, I recommend turmeric a lot. I'm a huge fan of it. Personally, I use it when I cook. It is like the primary ingredient in curry. It is what constitutes saffron as well. I love turmeric. I love its taste, and the use of it has skyrocketed in the last decade in this country. It's grown in India, and it's primarily an Indian herb. And the current understanding of its key role in maintaining a healthy body is the fact that it is an inflammatory herb. Yes. And we need everything to help combat inflammation these days than ever before. In the climate of COVID, we needed to reduce our inflammatory response. And turmeric comes in capsules, teas, powders, in extracts, and curcumin. And I know a lot of people have problems saying that word. Curcumin is the active ingredient in turmeric that actually does the inflammation fighting. And it is also an Ayurvedic, and that is also an Indian principle, an Indian therapeutic. Ayurvedic is another type of healing all by itself. And Western medicine has really begun to embrace turmeric because it's totally awesome and it cannot be ignored. So I want to welcome Western medicine and allopathic medicine to the turmeric party. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Now, ginger is the second root that you must have. Ginger is one of those things that I keep in my refrigerator, and I don't care if it goes bad because I know I just have to have it around. Yeah, ginger, lemons, onions, those are things, and cilantro. I don't care if they go bad. I just must have them. I feel better when they're close to me. So ginger is something that you must need. It is a finger-like shaped root. It also has anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and antiviral properties. That's it. It can calm nausea. It can reduce cold, flu, and COVID symptoms. It relieves pain. It reduces inflammation. It supports heart health, and it lowers the risk of cancer. So I don't know why we wouldn't have turmeric around and ginger around. And let me tell you, when you mix the two of them together, when you boil the two of them together, I saw a woman, she was an old grandma, and she had in the pot fresh turmeric root, fresh ginger root, lemon, and limes. And she had that pot boiling. She said, "You need no vaccine, man. You need no vaccine. This the vaccine in this pot right here, man. This the vaccine in this pot." And she had that thing boiling so vigorously. She said, "A glass of this every day, a shot of this every day. Oh, this your vaccine, your everyday vaccine." I said, "I know, Grandma. That's like my anti-plague formula." And that's why I put the recipe to that anti-plague formula in my cookbook, Kitchen Warriors 101, Homemade Healthy, the anti-plague formula with ginger, garlic, habanero peppers, white onions, ooh wee, and horseradish. And it soaks. Oh my goodness, you need that recipe. Get it out of that book, okay? But the turmeric and the ginger together, boiled up with the lime and the lemon, Grandma was right. What our grandmothers told us was right. All of those ancient things, we don't need fancy stuff. We don't need fancy things. I'm telling you, reach back and get grandma's wisdom because it was grandma's hands that kept us well. And the hands of our next guest have kept us well as well. And he has worked tirelessly. And I'm sitting here right now, snuggled in my G95 Bio-Hoodie. I want to introduce you all to Carlton Solle of the G95 Gear Company. Hello, Carlton. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, I just love your products and I love your hoodie. I first got introduced to you when I was looking for deep diving for a scarf or something fashionable to help help protect you from EMFs. And that's how we really first met. I found you just and sent you an email and you contacted me right away. I appreciate you. And I love the bio scarf. It is so warm and snuggly and supple and it's really decadent. The texture of it, I love it. It looks like just a regular scarf, but tell us about the scarf and why you created something like this.
So I was traveling to China once a month, and
Stop right there. No, go ahead.
yeah. So I was going to China once a month for work, and they think that it was either air pollution or something I caught on the plane. Nobody really knows, but I got really sick. I was hacking up stuff. I couldn't breathe. It was, I was in the hotel room and they said, we need to call you a doctor. And kind of first time it's ever happened like that, doctor came in, sat down with me and said that it was one of those two things, either something I got on the plane or air pollution. Because I wasn't going to the most scenic spots. And I asked him, I said, well, I've got to come back every month now. I'm doing work. I need to be here. What can I do to protect myself? And he said, well, you can wear one of those little masks. And I said, the white mask. And he said, yes. And I go, the mask will make you look like you're sick. And he said, yeah. And I go, huh. And I was like, that was my first reaction before all this stuff went on, which is really pretty crazy considering what's kind of come full circle with everything with COVID and with mask wearing and everything. But that was really my first response was, I don't want to wear that. There's got to be something better. And I got home and went through everything with my wife and I started telling her and she's like, yeah, that seems crazy. Why isn't there something better? And she started thinking and actually came up. Actually, it's funny. The thing, can I move while we're on this?
Yeah, go ahead. What do you? Well, just keep talking though.
So,
here's the thing. Let me just say one thing.
So she started thinking, and she remembered what she used to make as a little girl. Okay. And when she was a little girl, she lived out in the country in Costa Rica, and she only had these two little dolls.
All right.
And it was tough to get fabric. So sometimes when she would only have little pieces, she would make scarves. She was like, what if we put it inside a scarf? And I was like, wow, that is a cool idea. Yeah. And I just started going and thinking about all the other stuff we could put it in and what we could do. And, it's like, there's a couple moments that happened. Actually, back then, the unfortunate thing is that everybody thought we were crazy. They're like, why would you want to do such a thing? So
just like they thought Noah was crazy to build an ark, but while it wasn't raining.
I mean, it was like, and I told it's interesting because looking back, and especially now, given all of the dynamics and everything that's been happening, it's at that point we filed a patent to sandwich particulate filtration that was reusable and washable inside fabric. And that's what
pause.
For. So pause, inside that
scientists.
Yeah. Okay.
Particulate fabric, please.
No, particulate filtration. So what's inside that scarf and what our patent is basically when we sandwich two pieces of fabric with filtration inside. Most people understand filtration now, which is N95 filtration, which basically captures. So we set out after coming up with that idea with figuring out a way to make a filtration that could be put inside apparel because most of that is single-use stuff that is meant to be thrown away. So we kind of put the whole kitchen sink of filtration technology from what they call melt blown to spun bond, and in addition with nanofiber in between, and made like the world's most formidable filtration membrane that could go inside there, and it's good for up to 50 washes.
Wow.
And continue to use it. You can keep on going after that, and it still has. It's just that the filtration efficiency goes down.
Okay.
But the same thing goes for the filtration people who were like, "Why would you want to do such a thing?" And then the apparel people who were like, "Why would you want to do such a thing?" Which, after talking to apparel folks and kind of, especially with what's happened now, to me, it just seems kind of crazy that, they make clothes. Why wouldn't you want your clothes to protect you from stuff that actually really harms you?
That's right. That's right.
I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. Why not? Just protecting it from rain or heat or snow, why not the other stuff? And there's a whole lot more people dying from air pollution and all these other bad things in the air. And unfortunately, yes, we've got one that's kind of looming overhead, and it's really, really serious, but there's going to be more.
That's
And,
right.
I'm afraid there's going to be a lot more. And there's other things that are only getting worse, like allergies and wildfire smoke and air pollution, now that everyone's kind of thrown off the gloves with environmental controls. And so we're kind of creating this soup that is invisible, that nobody really knows what's in it. And there's plenty of people that, I remember when we first started, even my own family who are in California, they're like, well, why would you need such a thing? And we were selling, prior to the first big fires that happened in California, almost 90% of our business was overseas.
Wow.
And then that happened, and even my own family said, oh, you got to send us some stuff. And, and it turned out that they work great. Our filtration works great for wildfire smoke. So from there, we started with a scarf, and then we moved into a gaiter. And then we realized at that point that we had created, the company was called Bio-Scarf, and it was like I made Air Jordan without Nike, right? So we had to come up with our brand. And at that point, G95, 95 based gear, G for gear. And at that moment, not many people actually knew what N95 was. That was in 2018, right? So it was a stretch, even though our stuff technically starts at N99, which the other day I had a woman, one of our customers, tell me that didn't exist. And I was like, oh, really? I was like, she's like, no, that's not a thing. And I know that because I am, studying to be a nurse. And I was like,
oh my.
Okay, all right, whatever. That's cool. Just keep on going.
How did you
So,
I love this hoodie is everything. I mean, it covers over your head completely. It like zips like all the way up to your nose. It is so warm and snug, and the sleeves are tapered. I mean, what did you hope to accomplish with the hoodie? I know what you want to accomplish with the scarf, but with the hoodie, what is it protecting us from? All of the things.
The hoodie itself has inside of it, and I've got another piece to show you.
And the hoodie also, the inside.
This shows you. So this is a hoodie we made specifically for retail to show you what is inside of your. Now I can't see, but
that's all right. That's all right.
This entire thing is filtration. This is what's inside your hoodie.
And it's for the purpose of us because on the video, the inside of it.
The difficult part with clothes, of course, which we just put on this great quote into our FAQs, which I couldn't recite it to save the life of me, but it's a Mr. Rogers thing, that everybody comes out as one of a kind, right?
Yes.
And everybody's unique and individual. And, and then all of a sudden, when it comes to clothes and when it comes to masks, when it comes to stuff to put over your face, apparently everybody is the same. So it's really difficult with a hoodie because people have larger necks, people have different size heads, people have different facial features. And that's why people, I think, get upset with masks and other things because you are who you are. Everybody is unique. So everything's going to fit you, differently. So people don't, they've done a whole lot of work on clothes and fitting your body down here, but not many people have focused on fitting your body up here.
And your face. Okay.
Yeah. And what people didn't realize with the scarf, when we have, they're like, well, I don't understand how you can get the coverage you need, right? And I'm like, you're basically getting 3 layers that you're wrapping. It's like a gauze bandage in a way, right? So when you wrap a bandage around your arm, the different layers make a seal, and then they kind of all stick together. So with our scarf, depending upon how many times you wrap it around your face, you could get 1 layer of protection, you could get 3 layers of protection, which is 3 layers of filtration.
And let me tell you something. I went to Chicago recently, flew in to check on the mommies, and I'm going to tell you, I was wrapped up in that thing like a mummy. I was not clowning, because you come to mind of those trips to China. While it wasn't a trip to China, it wasn't a 22-hour flight, it was a 2-hour flight, but I wasn't taking any chances. I was literally wrapped up like a mummy. Would you have ever thought that when you created that, it would also be useful for this right now?
We had no idea. I mean, what was interesting about when we first, started, is it was a travel accessory. And, that was kind of the focus, was, okay, it's all travel. And then all of a sudden we got a bunch of people who were kind of post chemo that started using them. Then we got allergy folks. And then we got all these different little niches kind of popped up of folks that I had no idea that had different autoimmune situations, that because of the level of filtration and because of the product, it made, it was making their life, they were kind of experiencing the same thing that I didn't want to. I mean, people getting identified as, because, oh, you're sick. You've got to wear that thing. You're sick. Or people having to go in. My dad went through dialysis, and I used to say, I mean, it is just a very depressing place to go.
Yeah.
And you're sitting in there with a whole bunch of other guys on a team of, it's just like, whoa. So, and you're in a very fragile state. You can get
your
sick
health is
or whatever.
vulnerable at that point. Yes.
So, we ended up, I think it was maybe in 2018, I got a random, somehow we got connected with this crazy adventure guy called Bear Grylls.
Okay.
Do you know who this guy is?
No.
I think he took like Obama off in the woods and he made him eat like weeds and stuff.
He's the forager guy.
Yeah, he does all this wacky stuff, and like you got to survive off in the woods. Let me tell you
something. You better learn how to forage.
Yeah.
Okay. I live in the woods. You better learn how to forage. Keep it close to the stream, to the creek, like we say in Pennsylvania, and by the creek, next to the water source. And there, next to the water source, are all of the things that are really most edible. Go ahead.
Well, this guy, he got a hold of the scarf. He wanted to do a deal with the scarf. He took it out in the woods, and, the connection with him led us to all these preppers, survivalist folks that are out there, kind of getting ready for stuff, and dealing with, smoke inside a cabin or whatever the case may be. And when he got it, right after that, this guy did a review of it on YouTube, and my distributor sent it to us, and he took out this Rambo knife. Like, I mean, a knife, it was like, could have almost been a machete, right? He just took it out and he cut into the scarf, the same scarf that you have. He just cut into it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this could be good, or this could be really bad. I'm like, I don't know. What's he going to get? And he opened it up and he was like, wow. And he showed the filtration, right? So it was weird, because at the beginning, for some reason, we didn't really want to show that. It was like our secret sauce, right?
No.
And, you don't want to kind of show it to everybody. But now, like, even with this, it's like, hey, this is what's inside your thing.
All right.
Understand the difference and how powerful and strong, what you're kind of working with here.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I know what we're working with, and
Yeah.
it's a threat to society. It's a menace to society. We've got COVID and we've got 5G dangers. And this filtration is excellent for all of the electromagnetic fields as well. So, Carlton, you are brilliant. We thank you for being a part of our village. How can people get the G95 gear?
You can go to your page and click on the link that you've got on there. And there's a special offer for your folks that we create
Yay!
together. So they can go there. And the last thing that I'd love to kind of close with, and I think it's an interesting, people are struggling with kind of changing things, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's where, are we at the end of an end or something?
No, go ahead.
Oh, there's noises. That I think that, it's been interesting to watch our customers and how they have kind of adapted using our stuff. That it's as if, and it's almost for me, having been an entrepreneur kind of most of my life, or had to kind of just fend for myself, you got to change it up and keep on rolling. And otherwise you're not rolling. Otherwise it's just not happening. So I think it's kind of a bizarre concept for me, the folks that are kind of like shrugging and saying, I'm not going to, do this or do that, because they've never had to do that, I guess.
That's right. That's right.
I've had to do that my whole life. So it's like, okay, hey, if we got to do that to keep on going, whatever, it's not that big of a deal. Let's go. And if it's also helping somebody else, hey, that's another piece of the puzzle.
That's a bonus. Well, you are helping millions. Thank you for helping me. And we look forward to seeing you again. If you want to grab hold of the G95 gear, go to the website and use the code Dr. LJ20 for 20% off. Don't go away. Thank you, Carlton. We'll be back after this.
Bye.
Welcome back to Ask the Good Doctor on SiriusXM Urban View, Channel 126, where talk empowers and becomes action. I'm Dr. LaJoyce Brookshire, here to say farewell today. It has been an amazing 4 years, and I hope that today's show leaves you with some really powerful nuggets, like Carlton said, on how to get ready for stuff. And we're going to do something really special for you so that you can get ready for stuff. I want to give the first person who emails me in the 8 o'clock hour, I want to give you a Bio-Hoodie. Yes. And you let me, I have 2 of them to give away. I have a large and a medium. So do not contact me if you are XXX, and do not contact me if you are an extra small. I have a large and a medium, and let me know which one you need. And also I'll give away one in the second show as well. So be one of the first people in both shows airing, and I will give away and send you that hoodie. And please send me your address as well. So email me at drbrookshire@outlook.com. I want you to be so well. I hope that the deposits that have been made here with the vital life-saving information during our time together has been really beneficial for you and your families. I have a woman who contacted me, Andrea, I'm going to use your name. She contacted me to say that her entire family was at an event on the 4th of July. And by the end of the month, more than half of them were infected with COVID. I was so sad to hear that. But what she did was she remembered, she was a part of the Wellness Warriors weekend webinar. And because she was a part of that, she let me know that she told her family to take the garlic and the beta carotene, and they sailed through their COVID infection immediately. They sailed through it quickly. And like Dr. Burton taught, it reduces the intensity and the duration to take the garlic and the beta carotene. But if you've ever had any kind of liver issue, or if you have any liver problems, then skip over the beta carotene and go right to the vitamin A. All right. So Andrea, thank you for that testimony. And Marquita says, Dr. Brookshire, I almost swallowed my tongue when I heard you say that you were going to be leaving us. Please don't ever, ever leave us. Thank you, Marquita from New York. I appreciate you. And Marquita, I'm not leaving you. I'm going to be right here. You can catch up with me on social media on Ask the Good Doc and on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook at Ask the Good Doctor, and of course on the YouTube channel, and of course at the Wellness Warriors Weekend getaways, the webinars, the everything that we're going to continue to have to bring you the vital life-saving information. So I just want to make sure that you all have this. YouTube is the content repository. There are currently, to date, probably about 142 videos there for you to educate yourselves. And if this is your first time ever tuning in, I'm sorry, it's the last time I'll be here. But if it's the first time that you're ever tuning in, go to the YouTube channel and catch up on what you need to know to be a healthy person, what you need to know to do things alternatively, what you need to know to stay well. We like to say on this team, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Because like Carlton said, there's stuff out there. Are you ready for when the flu and COVID collide? Will you really be ready? Dr. McGee, Michael McGee, last week, he came right here and told us, I hope you heard him. If you didn't, go to the YouTube channel. Dr. Michael McGee said that we had a unique opportunity in this country to combat flu for the first time ever by not passing around the flu virus germ by wearing a mask. So we had an opportunity to wear masks and not pass around the flu virus, that this season could have been the least virulent flu outbreak in decades. Wow, that blew my mind. But you know what? He's so right about that. Because if we would have just taken heed, and oh my goodness, if we would have just listened and worn the masks, the threat would not be so imminent when the flu and the COVID collide. And what's problematic is that the two of those things have similar symptoms. So technically, unless you're tested for COVID, people are not going to know which ones. And if COVID is not treated in the way that COVID should be treated for, then oh my word, what is going to happen? I am personally going to be praying like never before that people will wake up. Wake up. The operative thing is, please don't get sick. But Dr. Sam Shepard said it's just a matter of time. We're all going to get this thing. But it's my hope that as it goes away and comes back and goes away and comes back, that every year it comes back, the strain of it, the intensity of it, shall I say, is less and lessen and lessen and lessen, lesser than the year before and the year before that. Remember that the COVID is also a coronavirus, and the common cold is also a coronavirus. And it has been determined that the word common has been placed in front of it because 200 years ago, the common cold was just as COVID is right now, lethal. 200 years ago, that's right, the common cold was once very deadly. And it is that common cold that is now called the common cold, but once it was not. So there is no vaccine for the common cold, y'all. They couldn't get their hands on it. It's so elusive that it couldn't be created. And this is the same thing happening with COVID. I know that there have been promises made for a vaccine. Pay attention to what the trials are saying. Pay attention to the failures of those trials. Right now, it's 100% epic failure. Pay attention, moreover, to your immune system. Ensure that you are doing what is necessary to enhance your immune system. What did Dr. Vincent say? the most overlooked thing these days, especially for people of color, is that the vitamin D needs to be increased. That we need to be taking 2,000 IUs per day. And our levels need to be increased because that is the protection that is needed, because it's more difficult for Black and brown people to get the sunlight because of the protective seal of the melanin on our skin. And I'm sorry that we didn't have our melanin expert here, but we are going to have her. So I want you all to please subscribe to Jam Network TV. You can get it on, download it to any of your devices, and it live streams, so you can see it right now today. And they are the vanguard of our Black classics, movies from Paul Robeson to Josephine Baker that they're starring in, Lena Horne, to unheard of up and coming new filmmakers. And it is just amazing that we have that in one spot. For the daytime lineup, I'll be a part of the daytime lineup, along with William Paris of Legitimate Matters, Jamie Foster Brown of Sister to Sister, and even Donnie Simpson show. Yes, our Donnie Simpson from Video Soul on BET. He will be with us as well on the daytime lineup. So I just want to thank you for all of the love that you all have given me. I want to thank you for all of your questions. Boy, you all have kept me on my toes. You have made me do research. And I'm grateful for that, though. I'm really grateful because you have learned from me, but I have also learned from you. You all have inspired me in ways that you just don't know. Those of you who have been patients of mine, who have graduated from the Healthy New You program, those of you who were coming to me hoping that I was helping you, you have no idea how much you have helped me. I have had, like Chuck, you helped me get on my track and get back out there, that I'm now doing a little trot out there on the track. Monica, you helped me with getting on the vibration machine. And I just really got a high powered treadmill the other day, because nothing is going to stop me from the goals when the ice comes outside this winter. I want to thank Karen Hunter from the bottom of my heart. Karen, sister, you have done the thing. You built an old jalopy to a Ferrari. And I just want to thank you for including me in that. Namaste, my sister. God bless you. And I'm looking forward to the next bit of whatever we're going to get into together someday soon down the pike. I thank you. And thank you so much for the positive and wonderful content that you have brought here to Urban View. And all of my Urban View showmates, you all are awesome. You all are a collective of beautiful, intelligent, Black power. And let's keep that going. All right. So tune in to everybody who's on the Sunday lineup. Tune into each and every one of them who will no longer be here with you here on Urban View on Sunday afternoons and Sunday mornings. But I know that you all have come to enjoy this content, so just keep up with it in all of those other places. I would like to thank my team. IW, thank you for rolling with me for the last 20 years. Alexa, you just got to the party, but we thank you for all of your talent. And the world is going to hear your music, my sister. You just keep at it. And from the beginning, Winter and Mahogany, oh my gosh, thank you so much for all of your videos and your photographs. You are just loves of my life. And the digital chick, Michelle Joyce, thank you for showing us how to do it on social media. And our new teammate, Christopher Green, thank you for being our tech guru. The Prophet Tech is what I call him. And for the last time, everyone, I want you to remember this: to let your eyes shine, cut back on the wine, get good food fast, and go easy on the greasy. I'm Dr. LaJoyce Brookshire, always here to help you attain and maintain your perfect health. Let's do it again somewhere soon next week. God bless you.